Good afternoon, everybody, and welcome to the Gran Premio di Basilicata. You are tuned in live to the second pole position qualifying session of this incredible Grand Prix. Now, if you missed the first race and the first pole position qualifying session of this Grand Prix here in this beautiful setting, then let me just refresh your memory. Pole position qualifying number 1 saw boat number 10, 222 offshore, complete this course the quickest. However, when it came to race number 1, they had a small electrical issue that put pay to their race. They were flying out in front, but the boat that took advantage of that misfortune was boat number 2, the orange-clad boat of Xcat. They are the current 2024 UIM Xcat World Championship leaders, and they will be hoping that when they head out there into the bay, that they can carry that good fortune forward into a pole position start. But we know that waters change. It could get choppy. I mean, right now, I can feel the wind. It's actually kind of coming straight in off of the sea. And that does mean that out here on this very, very long stretch of sand, that the swell and the waves cut across the final straight. Will that cause a bit of an issue for our Xcatters? Well, luckily enough, we're here to show you what happens. We have had free practice this morning. It was delayed ever so slightly, and that means that obviously the pole position qualifying session that you're watching right now did have a bit of dent in the timing, and that was due to mist. It rolled in and headed over the forests behind us towards the Porto de Argonauti, where we have been kind enough to be received by the teams there, and it has been an incredible few days. But the most important thing, and the thing that you should be worried about the most right now, is who is going to finish on pole position qualifying. Now, I did watch some of the Xcats this morning. In fact, I watched all of the Xcats this morning, and they all looked pretty good. A couple to keep an eye on. Faz Marine from Dubai. They looked very, very good out there. Their boat is, of course, ever so slightly shorter, right on the legal minimum. And with water like this, that probably means that they may or may not do quite well. I have a little suspicion that they will do quite well. Xcat went out there today and also looked flat, but as the wind picks up, and you might even be able to just about hear the waves breaking against this breakwater, and that could cause a few issues. We've got half an hour for pole position qualifying, and they get as many laps around this course as they want. But it's what happens within that 30-minute period that will matter. We're a long way from the marina here, so to come back in and change propellers if the conditions do change is just not a reality. So it really is, whatever setup they've taken from official practice this morning, that is the setup that they are going to have to head out for. But as I can see the first Xcat heading out from the marina, it is boat number 10, 222 offshore. We're going to start seeing these Xcats put down some tremendous speed on the water. So let me hand over to some highlights of what happened during the first pole position qualifying and the first race here in the Regione di Basilicata.
I bet on myself. Yeah, I bet on myself.
Yeah, I bet on myself. Yeah, I bet on myself. I don't need you, I do it myself. Yeah, I bet on myself. Yeah, I bet on myself.
We're back in Basilicata for the second year in a row, here in the beautiful sunshine. First up, pole position qualifying. Let's see which one of our Xcatters does best out there in the Med.
I'ma do it, they can top that. No way. Critics try to hate, but I don't talk back. I know that. I know the kid with the bull, tell him all that. I'm the one that I'ma gamble on, I ramble on. I'm about to get my ramble on, and I'm the one they really couldn't get a handle on. They went and see they missed the boy, they get a tantrum on, and I know they never thought we would make it. Underdogs, it wouldn't be game. Labels gon' ask what we bring. Tell them we bringing the table.
We kept pushing and starting gaining places, and then we were up to second. Yeah, really good fighting. We managed to take the top spot and keep it throughout the whole race.
They sat behind victory for multiple laps, moving up from 3 seconds to 1 second gap and back down again. And they played very well. Victory pushed hard, guys still pushed and pushed. And then unfortunately, 10th lap in, they come around that corner, there was a back marker as well, and they just hooked on that wake, and that was it, it was game over. The guys are all okay, got out of the boat fine, and the boat's currently being recovered. So yeah, all good though. We'll hopefully be back in tomorrow for practice, put some new engines on.
Good morning, everybody, and I have made my way from the breakwater and shot into the commentary booth to talk us through this second pole position qualifying session here in Basilicata. And I'm not doing it alone, of course. Beside me, it's John.
Hello everyone. All good, all good. Excited for another session at the UIM Xcat World Championship here in lovely Regione Basilicata.
Yeah, it has been a wonderful host, and we will undoubtedly talk you lovely people at home through what has been a hard few days of seeing the beautiful architecture, the surroundings, and I don't know about you, John, but I've eaten my body weight in wheat-based products.
Quite right. It's a lot of pasta eating. It's a difficult job, but someone's got to do it.
It is. I mean, we're martyrs to the cause. We really are. So we'll chat you through that between pole position qualifying and the race tomorrow. Of course, make sure you do follow the UIM Xcat World Championships official social media channels. In fact, why not follow everybody? Follow the teams. You want to follow myself, type Social Stew into Instagram and you will find me. A shameless plug for my own handle. I don't apologise.
It's great content. It's great content, Stu.
It's behind the scenes, John. People see things they probably don't want to, but we've got half an hour of solid qualifying today, and compared to this morning, John, the water has started to chop up a bit. You can see they've put an additional yellow buoy just off the water, just off the coast there, just to keep the boats from straying too far over. We saw over this week that they were straying in towards the beach, and it gets very shallow very quickly, and we don't want to see a mishap. So the Xcats are out there. That's boat number 22, Consul Brocus, and Alfredo Amato and Roberto Lopiano, very experienced crew. They were on pole position in Palermo, and they will be looking to repeat that. And Q8 Oils, John, they seem to have gotten over some of their gremlins. Yep,
Abdelatif Alomani and Khalid Ali making their way onto the course. A bit of a different kind of structure to what we're used to. Usually there is the first kind of session where everyone's out there trying to get their best laps in, and then a second session where the four fastest boats fight it out afterwards. This time around, 30 minutes of pure qualifying, unlimited laps. Whoever gets the fastest time in is up there tomorrow.
Yeah, classic qualifying. Usually we see well, not usually, but more frequently this year we've seen a two-tier qualifying system where the 4 fastest boats go through to a Q2 situation, but it is a straight fight. But later on today we have a kilo run, so you can tune in live for a Xcat kilo run, and it is a drag race. Each cat will go one by one to see who can cover the kilometre the quickest. I'm very, very excited about that, I can't lie. But first we have qualifying to contend with.
And here we've got Sweet Cat in the orange livery, helmed by Sebastian Groth and Erik Sundblad Johansen. As mentioned by Stu earlier on, they were the winners yesterday, capitalizing on a few mistakes on behalf of the other drivers, and made it on the top of the podium.
Yeah, they did take advantage of 222 Offshore's mechanical issues, and of course in race 1 we also saw the reigning world champions Team GB unfortunately flip their boat. I can confirm that they're both fine, and they have been working really, really hard. Well, the whole team's been working really, really hard to get that Xcat back on the water. I was eavesdropping on a conversation earlier today about the state of their Xcat. They are hopeful that they will make it out today for pole position, but of course when these boats are designed to be on their catamaran hull, and unfortunately when they turn upside down, all sorts of things happen with the mechanicals, the engines, the Mercury ROS engines. But we are now seeing the first laps come in, John.
Quite right. 222 Offshore in first position at the moment with 2 minutes 38, followed by Victory Team 2:39.
Yeah, I'd expect to see it around the 2:34s at the very fastest. Obviously, the thing with Xcat racing, the thing with all offshore racing, is the prevailing conditions have a huge impact on performance. But is that Faz Marine? It is boat number 3. They are just limping. I can see them out of our commentary booth window, and that might just be that they're waiting for a clear bit of water, John.
Yes, it seems like they're picking up a little bit of speed. Obviously, these waters do not help the boat itself. They prefer calmer, flatter waters. Some more times in, so we have 222 Offshore still in first position with 2:38. HPI Fujairah Racing Team in second with 2:39. Victory Team in third position, 2:39. And Console Brokers in fourth, 2:55. A bit of a slow one there.
Yeah, I think they were just getting their eye in, at least you'd hope so. But there we have Console Brokers on your screen right now. No, we don't. We have Q8 Oil, sorry, just with the glare from the sun. It's amazing how much Q8 Oil's livery looks a little bit like Console Brokers. I've never really noticed that before.
Yeah, indeed it does.
But Q8 Oils, it's great to see them out there. We want every single Xcat to be out on the water. They have struggled this week getting their Xcat up to speed, but they are running through the timing boys now, so they will be looking to start their timed lap, and we will bring you news of that time once they post one. There you can see the team managers. Just a little wave to Ragesh there. There he is, Faz Marine's team manager. He's probably not listening to us, John. Papaschiano di Cola.
Papaschiano di Cola. Probably letting him know that they're in second position, just a tad slower than 222 Offshore in first position. 222 Offshore did finish first in the first pole position for the first race. Let's see if this one will be, the race will treat them a little bit better than the last one.
Yeah, they came a cropper in race 1. Mechanical issue, they completely were dead in the water, and they'll be hopeful. I know they were working hard on it yesterday. I took a little tour around the pit yesterday, as I am accustomed to do. Just kind of generally scout about, have a little chat with people, see what's going on. There was a lot of action going on from race team number 9-6. But you can see there, even from this morning, the conditions have started to chop up. And it's quite normal. This is the second year in a row that we've been here in the Regione Basilicata. Thank you to the Regione Basilicata for hosting us once again. But we noticed this last year, and we're seeing it again here, that almost immediately after lunch, the tides change, everything changes, and we get this kind of long sweeping swell that comes across. And the problem that the teams have is as they come down parallel to that beach that you can see behind the Victory team, that it gets very choppy. You're having to go across the waves, and it was in no small part of Team GB's downfall. And but there was also a discussion with boat number 88 about whether they maybe shut the door a little bit too soon on them. But that is a discussion that I don't want to get into because I know they watch this back. I have no opinions on the matter. I didn't see it. I'm just glad everybody's okay, and let that be that. In fact, talking of boat number 88, Tessil Mare, formerly Aurelio from the Palermo Gran Premio, they lost a hatch. They lost their escape hatch earlier in the week, which meant water came flooding into their Xcat, and then earlier today the escape hatch washed up on the beach.
That's definitely not what you want, eh?
It's not what you want, but they found the escape hatch, no longer serviceable, I think it's fair to say. But we have more times coming in, John.
Quite right. So we still have 222 Offshore in first position, followed by HPI Fujairah Racing Team, Victory Team in third, Xcat in fourth, followed by QA Oils in fifth position, Blue Banca in sixth, Faz Marine in seventh, and Consul Brokers in eighth. Everyone seems considerably slower than the first pole position on Thursday.
Yeah, and it's one of the complexities of this Xcat World Championship that you think you've got it nailed. You think you understand it. Even us in the commentary booth, we kind of, over the years, go, okay, well, we understand this championship now. We get it. We can look at this. We know what's going to happen. We can offer you at home a sizable chunk of experience and knowledge to help you navigate the choppy waters that can be the UIM Xcat World Championship results. And then something like this happens where you go, well, hold on a minute, these chaps are going at 4 seconds slower than I said earlier in the programme. So the teams do like to make me a liar. I bear no ill will.
I do wonder, it seems like the weather out there is very similar to Thursday's, but it might be slightly choppier, eh?
Yeah, and you can kind of see that. Just big swathes of empty beach. Oh, there's a spectator. There we go. Xcat, the team on shore, looking cunningly on.
Stoic but cool.
Stoic but cool. We talked about Viking Stardust earlier in the week. Now we're going with stoic and cool. Although they're probably not that cool because it is roasting here on the southern coast of Italy. It might be towards the end of, I was going to say November, the end of September, but it is boiling hot. Feels like 30 degrees. It's very humid. That is probably what led to the mist and the fog this morning that rolled across the bay here, which led to the slight delay in today's forecasted planning of the live. So apologies if you were waiting at home, but you can just see them there, John, popping around all over the show.
Yeah, Faz Marine seems to be struggling a little bit. Obviously, Nadir's son, Abdullah bin Hindi, is in the cockpit. Maybe it's just a matter of everything gelling. They haven't had enough time to practice everything.
Yeah, I was talking to Ragesh, the team manager, earlier, and Abdullah is in the Xcat. Oh, look. Give us a little wave. We're just on the right-hand side.
Try pop a hand out.
They're waving to everybody at home. Hi, everybody. And it just shows how many people go into making this happen. So thank you to everybody on shore, our support team who are fantastic. Obviously, thanks to John for making me look good and carrying the show. And there you see everybody just keeping an eye on the teams and the boats on the water, just making sure that everybody is safe. But it is our current championship leader out there on the water at the moment, John.
Yep, so we're now 13 minutes in to the 30 minutes pole position session for the second race, and we have 222 Offshore retaining first position still. HPI Fujairah Racing Team in second, followed by Victory Team in third. Xcat in fourth, Blue Banca in fifth position, QA Oils in sixth, Faz Marine in seventh, and Consul Brokers in eighth.
And Xcat just going through the timing, boys there, not able to improve their lap as such, but the timing beacon continues.
Yeah, not much of a change. 2:44, so fastest lap so far.
It's really turning into quite an interesting pole position qualifying session. I mean, obviously with 222 offshore being in the lead as it stands, it is a carbon copy of what happened earlier in the week. And you can see Blue Banker just shooting through there. They were looking very, very quick. So I'll be interested to keep an eye on Blue Banker, boat number 20. Blue Banker, a financial services provider here in Italy. And none of us would be able to do this without the support of our partners, including the teams. So thank you to every single one of our partners that make this possible.
It seems like 222 Offshore performed their fastest lap quite early on in this session, 2:38, and have decided not to take another lap so far. Maybe they're calmly waiting to see what the rest of the competitors are going to clock in, whether HPI Fujairah Racing Team will be able to knock off some time in their next run. But I think they're quite chilled right now.
I mean, they are chilled, aren't they? Boat number 10, usually speaking. Giovanni and Darren have known each other a long time. They've raced in several formats, and they are world champions in those formats. They know each other intimately, and they are very, very good. Giovanni always looks spectacular, which, as a hot, sweaty mess myself, I'm very, very jealous of. And you can pay me later, Giovanni, for that compliment, mate. Not a problem.
And actually, Giovanni and Darren have decided to take another go at it. Oh, which boat was that?
That was Q8 Oils coming to a standstill. That looks like they are suffering a repeat of the gremlins that have been plaguing them all week here. When Q8 Oils are on song, they are incredible. In fact, when we were here last year, Q8 Oils finished third, which was great. I really enjoyed that, and we had a good time talking through it. But at the moment, it's not completely out of the picture, but it is looking tough. But it is the current World Championship leaders, the UIM Xcat 2024 World Championship leaders, boat number 2, Xcat, Seba and Eric, going through the timing. So we will see how they do. Victory getting very close to that boy there, but they've obviously decided that that is the racing line that they want to take. And Isa El Ali there, very experienced in that cockpit.
Plowing past Q8 Oils there,
I know,
too close for comfort.
It was very close, and it's a very busy waterway here, so just a huge thanks to the officials, the Coast Guard, and their affiliated officials for keeping everybody safe here. There's Marina di Pisticci is a very busy marina. It's lovely if you feel like mooring here, actually, I've got to say. It's got a lovely bar, which I've got to say is worth visiting. You can have soft drinks, John, just so you know. I don't think you've noticed that yet, but it's possible.
Yeah, I mean, that's irrelevant, ain't it?
Yeah, we're not going to talk about which particular unfiltered beer is our favourite here in the Marina di Pisticci. It rhymes with McNooza, but they're not paying, so they don't get a mention, unfortunately. But having frequented Sardinia, I can tell you that it's from there, and it's lovely. Q8 Oils have managed to get the boat started. Their Xcat is now moving.
And 222 Offshore about to clock in a new time. Let's see if they'll manage to beat their last lap. Seeming pretty quick.
Yeah, it's getting very choppy out there, John. I've got to say, that swell really is starting to come across the front of
They're slowing down a little bit.
Maybe they've just decided this is it. It's so hard to tell. I mean, the thing about these Xcats is the twin Mercury ROS racing engines producing 400 horsepower apiece. They're actually pretty bulletproof, but they are complicated.
Faz Marine taking flight.
They are not messing around. Let's just take a moment just to enjoy this. Just having to see how they're just twisting to starboard there, just to try and cut across and then plough straight through. It's actually a very interesting technique.
Actually, that was some lovely handling
Really
on
was.
their part. And there we have Nadir, unfortunately not in the cockpit, but always on his team's side.
Watching his boy Abdullah in there. I mean, what a proud... A mix of feelings, I imagine, John. You're both very proud to see your son in there, but also devilishly nervous because it is...
Definitely.
It's high stakes.
Definitely. So overall, we still have 222 Offshore in first position, followed by HPI Fujairah Racing Team, Victory Team in third, Xcat in fourth, Blue Banca in fifth position, Faz Marine in sixth, QA Oils in seventh, and Consul Brokers in eighth. And actually, it seems that they're calling it a day.
Yeah, that's boat number 22, as you say, of Consul Brokers.
Yeah, wondering what's happening there. Are they content? Maybe they can't push the boat any further. Yeah, shame for Alfredo Amato and Roberto Lopiano, but
Yeah,
you can never count them out. So
No,
let's
they'll
see
be-
in tomorrow's race.
they'll be disappointed with that because the boat is quicker than that. Their Xcat is quicker than that. But the reality is, it takes an awful lot of different moving parts, almost, well, figuratively and literally, to come together to put together the perfect lap for pole position. You've got half an hour to do your best shot today. We've got 10 minutes left of this pole position qualifying session for the second Gran Premio di Basilicata, race number 2 here in the lovely Mediterranean sunshine.
And here we have HPI Fujairah Racing Team with brothers Schiano Di Cola. I feel like that's currently the fight for first and second position between 222 and HPI. And they're about to pass through the timing beacon momentarily. Looking pretty fast.
No.
Didn't manage to better it, but hey-ho, they gave it a go.
I mean, the dramatic pause for effect, that's what we want. Yeah, so they're lapping at 2:38 at the moment, so 222 Offshore, boat number 10. Currently with the quickest lap, 2 minutes, 38 seconds, and 900th of a second there. So they are putting in the fastest lap. If you can make a second a corner, then you are looking back at the times from earlier this week. But it's not quite there.
And here we have Xcat, Erik Sundblad Johansen and Sebastian Groth currently in fourth position. Faz Marine actually managed to climb up just a tiny bit into fifth position. Good effort from the lads.
Yeah, they are starting to get used to each other. I mean, obviously this is a new pairing, and most of the time you've been racing with each other for a long, long time, so it's kind of, telepathic what you're going to do with each other. But when it's a brand new pairing, it's not exclusive to Faz Marine. We've seen it in other teams as well. In fact, Xcat were a pretty new pairing, and they came together towards the end of last year, and they are now tying together nicely. And there is Victory, boat number 7, world champions in 2017. Salim Al Adidi, Isa Al Ali, the team from Dubai. They are great. And I have to mention this. You can't see it from here, obviously, but their racing suits are fantastic.
It is. They are that lovely blue, eh?
Yeah, with a nice white V on the front for Victory. I've got to say, I really appreciate what they're doing.
That said, they do look good, but I'd hate to be in their position right now because I cannot imagine the heat in that cockpit wearing that suit in this blistering heat.
Yeah, it is boiling in those Xcat cockpits. It gets very, very warm. They get out of there and they douse themselves in water because it is roasting hot. But here we are trailing boat number 7, Victory from Dubai, and they are going to start their timed lap. Now, of course, it's unlimited timed laps here, which is a slight difference to some of the formats that you might have seen on the UIM Xcat World Championship live programming. I'm just watching HPI go through the timing, but it's boat number 10 who are currently in the lead. Giovanni Carpatella, Darren Nicholson, boat number 10, the Italian-Australian mix. They're both tying down kangaroos and force-feeding them lovely pasta.
Love that.
Yeah,
Love
just straight in with the. I don't think I'm allowed to do that actually.
Yeah, I hope they don't take offense, eh?
I'm sure they'll be fine.
I mean, Darren's up for a bit of a laugh, so I'm sure he'll be alright with it.
Yeah, but the less said about Rolf Harris, actually, the better. I forgot about that. But let's carry on.
So we're about 6 minutes away from the end of this pole position session. Still, 222 offshore in first position, HPI Fujairah Racing Team in second, Victory Team in third, Suica in fourth, Faz Marine in fifth, Blue Banker in sixth, QA Oils in seventh, and Console Brokers in eighth.
It is tight. So to give you an idea, between 1 and 2, so between 222 offshore and HPI Fujairah Racing Team, there is exactly 1/100th of a second between first and second. This is incredible. We've got 5 minutes left to go. Boat number 96 have to find 1/100th of a second, and they will leapfrog boat number 10, 222 offshore, into first position. Victory are just 1/100th of a second behind second in third. It is so tight between that top three, and then the current World Championship leaders, Xcat, are then a further 3 seconds behind Victory in fourth. John, this is unreal.
Yeah, you're quite right. That battle between first, second, and third is quite exciting. Minuscule difference between them. So it's just a matter of clocking in one good lap and that's it.
Yeah, there is a grain of sand from that beautiful beach behind them between the top three. Boat number 7 here, Victory now. They are going quickly, but not quick enough. They stay in third. We have 4 minutes and 19 seconds remaining.
Just about. Team seems a little bit disappointed there. It was quick, just not quick enough.
Just trying to see out there on the course, John, just where they are going to be able to make up time. I'm just going to lean out of the window somewhat, and there looks like a lot of spray at the back marker. So the course is a bit of quite a horseshoe, but there's a slalom at the back, and if you get the speed off the back end, you should be okay. But it's going to be those second and third corners, realistically, that you're going to make up the time. There you can see the timing there. That's a great shot from Emil. Happy birthday again, mate. And Faz Marine.
Quite impressed by the lads, Faz Marine. It seemed like they were struggling at the onset of the pole position session, but it seems like they've gelled quite well for such a good new pairing, and are being increasingly more competitive. Fifth position, solid.
I think it is solid, and the reality is pole position is all well and good, but we have to think about the race and the points on offer. I mean, you can just see they're just bouncing over it. It's a short boat. It's a short craft, a short vessel. I've run out of words. But you can just see they're flying through, bouncing all over the show.
Yeah, a bit of a considerably slower than their fastest lap. But I think Nadir, do you think he's content with his young boy in the cockpit?
I think so. When they're talking there, Nadir and Ragesh, they're just talking about tactics, no doubt, and seeing what happens next. I mean, they are running out of time, but I wouldn't be too disappointed with their showing today.
So 2 minutes to go for the end of this session. 222 offshore, first position. HPI Fujairah Racing Team in second. Victory Team in third. Suica in fourth, flying past the commentary booth. Faz Marine in fifth, Blue Banker in sixth, QA Oils in seventh, and Console Brokers in eighth.
I think it's worth just to mention for the defending champions, Team GB, they have not made it out to pole position qualifying. It was more of a hit and hope situation rather than they think they might be. They will be working desperately hard in the pit to get their Xcat out there for tomorrow, John, because they want to be out there competing. They finished third. They might have flipped the boat, but they finished third in the first race here in the Basilicata Grand Prix. So they know they have a quick boat. They were gaining a second every single lap, so they know they've got something there. It's just, can they get out on the water? They'll be desperately hoping that they can.
Yeah, let's see what the teams have to say later on in the day. I mean, Herculean effort to get everything sorted in time after such a flip.
And here we see HPI Fujairah Racing, boat number 96. They have called time. And to be fair, they don't have any more time to put a lap in. So anybody that's on a flying lap right now will look to complete that. But we are into the final 40 seconds of today's pole position qualifying for the second race here at the Basilicata Grand Prix. So we will see if there are any changes. We're on board with Faz Marine.
Yeah, refills are fine. And Abdullah bin Hendy in the cockpit for Faz Marine. Seems like they're also taking a chill pill. Time to slow down.
Yeah, I don't think they weren't on to a lap that was going to better their current time of 2:43 and 500ths of a second. So there's no point putting any additional stress on their Xcat when we have a kilo run later on today, which we are very excited about, due to start 3 to 3:30 p.m. local time. We will bring you the latest, but we have confirmation that today's pole position qualifying has come to an end. The checkered flag has been raised, and we have a final top 8, John.
Indeed, 222 Offshore will start at the top of the pack. HPI Fujairah Racing Team right behind them, followed by Victory Team in third, Sweetcat in fourth, Faz Marine in fifth, Blue Banker in sixth, QA Oils in seventh, and Consul Brokers in eighth.
Yeah, a fantastic showing. So 222 Offshore there, managing to replicate their top form from the first pole position qualifying session that we saw earlier in the week. And they will start tomorrow's second race of this Gran Premio de Basilicata on pole. They will start in the leading pack, followed by Fujairah Racing Team and Victory in that top pack. So all that it remains for me to say is thank you very much to all of you, wherever you may be watching from, for joining us for this pole position qualifying session. We appreciate each and every one of you, and it has been a dynamic session. And a final reminder, we do have a kilo run, 1,000 metres for these Xcats to put down their best time. Here you can see the Marina di Pistici, just where all of our Xcats go to be lifted from the water and then transported back to their pits. So thank you very much. I look forward to joining everybody, and of course you, John, later on this afternoon for the kilo run. And make sure you do follow the official UIM Xcat World Championship social pages, or indeed visit the website to keep fully up to date with everything that's going on timing wise, or if there are any changes. Thank you very much for joining us here today, and we will speak to you later for that exciting kilo run.